Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. Wolves 2, Everton 3. Everton win their second game on the bounce thanks to goals from Beto, Drewsbury Hall and who fucking scored the other? And I. There we go. Fucking hell, got there in the end. Yeah, fantastic win. Barring a few ridiculous errors, lack of communication, goals to concede. That's the reason why we conceded them goals. It was pretty poor in them moments, which is a cause for concern. But overall, I'll say about 85%, 80% of the match, we were absolutely fantastic from what I've seen. Love to go on the game, but you just can't get fucking tickets these days, let's be honest. But yeah, fantastic win. Fully deserved. Just amazing. Just to see Everton progress with the ball, take players on, have an ideology of where each player is going to move or where they're going to be, intelligence just on the ball in general. Jack Grealish again, outstanding. Drewsbury Hall probably pipped him to man of the match, but to be honest, he could have been, because he got a goal and an assist. I think it was registered as an assist for him. I don't think Beto got a touch on the ball, but for the entire goal. But both of them outstanding. Everyone else played really well as well. That's not discrediting them. I'm just highlighting the new boys. But they have made a difference, especially in this game. Just 3 wonderful goals. 3 good goals. Like what the first one was a Grealish header across the box, which is a very uncanny assist from Grealish. It's just not something he normally does. And Beto puts it in. If he misses that, then fuck me. You're going to have to go for the striker straight away because you can't be missing chances like that. And then, the second one was a great goal. Great passing into play with Grealish and Drewsbury Hall. And then he slides it through and Dies there to tap it in and does a celebration. I don't even know if he got booked for that, to be honest, because that's kind of ironic to get booked to the Seagull celebration, but not for the Wolf celebration. But nevertheless, a great move. Great to see us actually linking up play. Actually having really some decent goals to look back on and watch and go, wow. Not just like individual moments, like a long shot or, just little individual moments. These are like team goals, and it's really nice to see, especially when these players haven't been here too long. They're head and shoulders above most of them in the squad. We had Harrison and Lindstrom in the wing who got about one assist between both of them or something like that all season. And Grealish has got 4 assists in 2 games, and Drewsbury Hall has got a goal and assist. So yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, but Drewsbury Hall's goal, fantastic. Wolves sloppy at the back. Just a going gate, picks the ball up, passes it on to Grealish. Grealish drives towards the box, nice little lofted pass, and then, what a hard finish, what a hard shot to do from Drewsbury Hall. Like that, don't know how we managed to do it, but a fantastic strike, top corner, near the keeper's post. He might be disappointed by it, but the sheer velocity of the shot beat him, and I think it was unexpected as well. Fantastic goal, absolutely fantastic. And at that point, even in the first half and even just before that goal, we had a chance. We had a couple of moments where, we was fully deserving the 3-1 lead, and at that point, and I think even before that, we could have scored a few more, and we just didn't kill the game off. And then even their first goal was a great pass, but Keane and whoever else at the back was asleep for them to get their first goal. But the second one's even worse, like just no communication between Michael Keane and Michalenko. No one taking the responsibility in that moment, and then Gomez just gets in and smashes it over. This is 10 minutes to go, by the way, you know what I mean? Comfortable, absolutely comfortable. Wolves barely doing much. And then we just make it very hard for ourselves, and they have a chance near the end, which probably should have done better with. And if he went away from got away from there with a point, would have been really, really, really frustrating and disappointing, and just like typical Everton, give you hope and then let us down. So I'm glad a little bit of a luck was on our side for the change there, that we didn't screw it up. But it's kind of luck and kind of screwing ourselves, you know what I mean? It's not really down to luck. But Wolves didn't take advantage of that moment, which they would have been really lucky to get even 3 goals in a game for Wolves would have been fucking crazy. We kind of just gifted them 2 goals basically, even though the first goal was a fantastic pass, but I think it should have been dealt with, and I don't know what Pickford was doing. I really don't. I think Pickford read the ball completely wrong in the pace of it. But yeah, I don't know who scored the first goal. I know Hwang scored the first goal. But yeah, fantastic football. You know, it's a ground that we don't have an amazing history at. I don't remember winning many games there. So to win that, to follow up from the 2-0 win against Brighton at home just before the international break, which I'm kind of gutted about because I just want to see us keep going, is fantastic. And we've got Villa next, who have struggled. You know, they got beat today 3-0 by Crystal Palace. They just look a bit short in numbers, to be honest. Weirdly enough, they've been really good the past few seasons, but they do look like they're short on a few players, and they're acting a bit desperate in the window. And you know, it's annoying that we're not playing them next week, because I think it's the right time to. But listen, either way, play them the week after at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. We've got to get at them, and you know, we could, at this current form and current moment, we have every right of chance of beating them. But yeah, fantastic window against Wolves. You know, Wolves are obviously desperate for a point on the board. You know, they beat West Ham at home 3-2 in the cup, so you could afford to a bit of momentum there, a bit of confidence. And I thought we outplayed them for most of the game, and I thought it was fantastic, apart from these few moments, which we need to really cut out, because you know, we can't expect to keep scoring 3 goals, 4 goals every game to stay in a game. Defensively, we've looked a bit shaky, I'm not going to lie, and Bramford's obviously missing, massive. Keane's actually not being too bad, but you know, it only takes Keane to make one massive error and it leads to a goal most of the time, so, or a massive chance. And you know, he wasn't great. Tarkowski wasn't great again. A little bit worrying, a little bit concerning. You know, I always say this, when we miss 1 or 2 key big players, it leaves a massive chunk in that part of the pitch, and we don't really have like-to-like replacements, and it's a big drop down from Bramford to Keane, to be honest. And again, I think Bramford helps Tarkowski a lot as well. I'm not saying Tarkowski's terrible. I think he has been really good for us, and he still is a good defender, but I do think he needs someone who's upper class, better than him, alongside him to help his game get better. And you know, up the pitch, we're doing fantastic at the moment. Players have got confidence. Players are making these runs better. Looks a lot more alive and ready to go. And you know, he's actually been seen when he makes a dart and run. And we've got the quality players there to actually provide him with the ball and see what he can do with it. But defensively, it doesn't seem to be a lot of confidence right now. And we need to cut it out. But we did look a lot better going forward with Mikalenko at left back. You know, nice to see a recognised full back playing for us in the Premier League. I know we played against Mansfield, but it was nice to see. But again, defenders need to step up here, because we can't keep gifting chances in situations like that. So yeah, fantastic, made up. I mean, couldn't believe we won a game in August. I think it's I think we've took more points this August than the last 5 or 6 or combined. So it shows that you know, what I said was true. I just don't recall us winning games in August in recent history. So, you know, to win 2 games out of 3 and potentially should have drawn against Leeds, even though we were shite. You know, it's a very good start, nevertheless. Maybe that was a wake-up call for us. Just, you know, you're not going to get out of Ellen Road with a point after that shit performance. You don't deserve it. You're going to lose unfairly in terms of what happened. But I feel like it's given the lads a wake-up call a little bit, because they just seemed to sleep in that game, most of them. So they picked right up, obviously. Got 2 wins in a row, or 3 wins in a row if you want to involve the cup as well. And yeah, conceded a couple today. It is what it is. But first 2 goals in open play this season as well. So yeah, maybe it's good that we have a little break, international break. Hope no one gets injured, please to fucking God, touch wood, and we'll go back and, you know, perform how we have been performing, and it's quite exciting to see. So I have no idea. I've got no high expectations. You know, you don't know how long you're going to have Grealish for, if it's going to be further after the season, we don't know. But if he keeps playing on like this and doing what he's doing, you know, there's going to be teams coming in for him either way. But again, it's only the start of the season, but it gets me hopes up, because seeing us play like that and scoring like that, it gets you excited, and you're like, God, I just wish I could see this most weeks of the season, because it's been fucking dire for us fans for a number of years now, and I'm just dying to have a bit of excitement with football again, because I haven't. It's been like a fucking chore watching Everton Football Club. So let's hope we have a positive season, we can do something special, hopefully. But it's a lot better already than what I've seen from previous seasons, and you know, again, I'm not going to get myself too excited, because things can change very quickly in football. So let's just hope we get a couple more signings in before tomorrow's deadline, and I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. Nathan Patterson's loan is not going to be happening. He's simply not good enough for us, but there is other options potentially where he could go. Chimitti's getting sold to Rangers. It's a shame, but he's never looked ready. He's never looked ready, but it's been a bit off and on for him. Yeah, I think you've got to sometimes show when you don't get many chances. You've got to show what you're all about when you come on, and he's never really done that at all, to be honest. It is a bit of a loss we're going to have to take on him, but it is what it is. I just hope we're lining up for someone here. There's no rumours or major rumours about us getting anyone, so I'm slightly concerned, because I do feel like, you know, the squad is getting us excited, but one or two injuries, or just a real bad luck of injuries, could fuck us. So we'll have to see. Again, January's here as well. We don't forget that halfway through the season, but we're losing players to AFCON as well. So I do feel like it's really important that we get a few players in before tomorrow's deadline. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.